sings it though.
Who?
UP.
It's about as bad as it could be. Seems everybody's bugging me. Like nothing wants to go my way. Yeah, it just ain't been my day. Nothing's coming easily. Up, 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 can only go up from here. And we can go nowhere but up. From here, right here. Baby, we can go nowhere.
I don't know. It's a rap song. What's the difference?
We're gonna.
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. I got to bring it to you, Calvin, till it's gonna be quick. All right, well, you made the.
You're listening to Laugh Out Loud with Dave and JJ.
Jump quick. You gonna approach a dog or some buck, you know? They go to jail. Click 911. All of us some.
How's it going?
Hi, how are we doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I just got done with the T-ball game. Started off a little slow, but the girls were playing good. Faith got 2 outs at playing first base, so I had lots of fun. I'm pretty sure we won. Anytime you win, it's good. So it's been hectic. I've been to the dentist today, and I'm grinding on my tooth and running errands and getting ready for Dover.
And that's good. There's been a lot of talk, obviously, since this last week. I mean, what do we got? We got first-time winner and small team Regan Smith out of the Denver, Colorado area. I mean, that just goes to show people that with a little bit of funding and some support, they can get it done just as big as the big boys.
Did you say shows to go you or goes to show you?
Goes to show you.
Goes to show you. And it does. And obviously, I think a lot of people were really happy to see Regan, realistically, it was winning his second race because, it's questionable that his win at Talladega where he went below or the line trying to pass Tony Stewart. But, they've taken their program. They've found a good bond with the RCR equipment that they've switched to. They had Hendrick stuff for a while and, just never seemed like they could put it together. I don't know if it was, an engineering, whatever it was that they were missing, getting their equipment from Hendrick Motorsports. But obviously, the move to RCR has paid off. They've had the best qualifying effort throughout the year as far as the qualifying average. And, I put it all together on Saturday night, and to win at one of the toughest racetracks that NASCAR goes to means a lot. And obviously a lot of crazy things happened Saturday night that kind of overshadowed his win, but at the end of the day, I guess it really doesn't matter. He's got the trophy. He was in victory lane, and they're as a team, I know they're working on trying to get to a second and third car, and maybe this past weekend's win will help catapult that into more of a reality for them.
And again, two teams that have been really in and out of not just the top 35 at NASCAR over the last couple of years, and being able to make a comeback. And speaking of the comebacks, you're potentially getting a teammate with Scott Riggs, and Whitney's going to try and run 2 cars going forward. So that's pretty big news. That was very impressive to read. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, it was more impressive to read than what the results were for this past weekend. But the original the way the program was going to work is they were going to bring the 81 car out to basically help try to generate revenue to race the 46. And Scott did a really good job. Obviously we were pretty limited with practice this past weekend in Darlington because of the rainstorms that came through. But I know that they were pretty decent in practice. He's fast enough to make the race, and then I think he was a little bit too loose for his own comfort there qualifying, and didn't have quite the lap he needed the first lap. Then had an engine failure coming off turn 4 for the second lap. But looking at the tracker, his second lap wasn't at that time better. So, it looked like it was going to end at that. But, we've got new engines now. Obviously we're still with Ernie Elliott, but they had some, we've been looking into the issues, and I don't think it's something that Ernie's doing wrong. We've seen some issues and some question about some of the plumbing with the way the engine is. We've made some changes. I know that the guys from Ernie's shop came. They took all the engines that we had. They went to the engines that the 30 car that David Sturmey is utilizing with their new team. And they took all those Monday. We got engines back today at the shop around 4:30. So, I know that they've got engines in both cars. They've already been fired up. They're going to go to the pull-down rig tomorrow and get them ready for Dover.
That's good news. And probably a better chance with there only being 44 cars scheduled to go to Dover. So Scott's got to, if he can keep it on the track and stop that white stuff from coming out of that side pipe, which you seem to have a switch for. That was, you got some great color commentation there from Mike Joy during the race.
J.J. Haley has had engine woes this season like no other team. In fact, they entered 2 cars this weekend, the second of which looked just like this at the end of its qualifying lap.
To make it really smoky.
Caution's out for the second time. 34 laps complete. Joe Nemechek has joined Truck Series veteran T.J. Bell.
Blew up. I just flipped the switch that made all the smoke come out for the caution.
That's J.J. Haley. I guess you might as well joke about it, Darrell.
Drivers always find something, I don't know if you'd say sarcastic to say or not, but funny anyway.
He flipped the switch for the caution. He is kidding.
You're talking about me weighing the car down on the one side. You guys go through tech with an extra switch where you can actually turn on the smoke machine.
Yeah, it was fun. And obviously I didn't say it for TV, but as I was going out the front straight where the engine let go, I kicked the engine out of gear as quick as I could, just to keep it from, damaging itself. And the spotter came over the radio and says, "I think the engine blew." And I thought it was actually pretty obvious that the engine had blown because we had a plume of smoke shooting out of it. So, as my wife says, I've got our sarcastic style of humor. It was the first thing that came to my mind without just telling them, "Oh, of course the engine exploded." So obviously it was cool that they caught that and put it through there, but it was disappointing. I mean, that's the 6th engine that we've had issues with in 10 races, and that's obviously between the 2 cars. But even just 46 cars batting 50% for having some kind of engine problem. So hopefully we've got them fixed. They're working really hard. The engines have good power. It's just a matter of trying to find that longevity. The engine that I had blow up on me had right at 80 miles on where the engine that Scott Riggs was running had a little over 500 miles. It was actually the engine that I raced at Talladega. So, you hate to see that happen, and obviously it's kind of a setback, and especially for a small team, it's difficult to have any kind of problem at the racetrack, especially before qualifying, because we just don't have the manpower to, did you hear that? It was like storming outside. We just don't have the manpower.
I thought that was your toilet.
No. Yeah. This show is only live from my bathroom.
Hence the echo.
Yeah, I have a really big bathroom. I have a couch. Over there is the toilet, and over there is the bidet. No.
Sweet. Or sour.
Yeah, or sour. It was most likely sour.
Oh my God. So you had a chance to congratulate the winner, Shane Bruce, who won after Talladega. And I understand that he was quite surprised, grateful, impressed, and kind of at a loss for words.
Well, I hope so. I was like a stalker trying to get him his prize. I knew that obviously he was the winner, and he was a huge Dale Jr. fan, which, 99% of the NASCAR fans are Dale Jr. fans, so not a huge surprise. But I went and got I was going to say Tony Stewart. I went and got him a Dale Jr. replica helmet and got Jr. to sign it in the drivers' meeting in Darlington, and presented it to him yesterday. And it was kind of a setup surprise that Karen Sutherland worked out for us, which obviously she's the producer of this show. Congratulations, Karen. But it was a lot of fun. He was real quiet when he got there, kind of, what the heck is going on? And everything was a big surprise. So he was pretty happy and pumped up about getting something so cool.
He had no idea that you were going to be on that patio?
No, he had no idea. It actually, it was set up to where I was going to get there later than them, so it was more of a surprise me showing up, and they came from Statesville, so they were a little bit behind, so we had already sat down and started also.
AJ?
Hey, I'm Shane.
Shane, nice to meet Shane. And you are?
Leo.
Leo. Mr. Spade. So, people watch me get this in the driver's meeting. It's kind of funny, because I heard you're a big Dale Jr. fan.
Yeah.
So.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Getting him to sign it was the funny part.
Appreciate it, man.
You're welcome.
That's all.
Cool.
So it was a cool thing to do. Obviously, anytime we can do something fun for the fan, and obviously that's the point of doing your trackside pool, or even doing speed dice. It's just a matter of just giving the fan something new and cool to be a part of versus just watching on TV. Because obviously, anytime you have a driver that you get to go out there and pull for, it allows you to get more involved in it. And so, anytime we get the fan involved is definitely a cool thing. So I know that he's obviously appreciated the gesture that we were to get for his keepsake, and we'll see. Now it just makes it tough because now I got to kind of try to come up with something bigger and better for the end of the year, whoever that may be. And the way that the pool is looking now, I still think it's fixed because you're winning.
I don't have any socks around, so I can't give you any of those. So.
Well, maybe if Dave is winning,
maybe if Dave is winning at that point, you can give it to the biggest loser.
Yeah, well, I'm getting closer to as bad as I've been doing. Juan Pablo keeps getting bricked every week. There's a conspiracy against my guy.
Karen's, there's a method to Karen's madness. She's 51st overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I dare ask where I am?
Oh no! Come on, you're moving up. You're 39th.
Wow.
Just a mere 7 spots behind your wife.
That's pathetic. I'm gonna have to make some trades. That's all there is to it.
Yeah. So let's talk about, and I wanted to take the segue that you had about bringing fans into the sport, and you were leading right into it. But tell us a little bit about VZillion.
VZillion. I met with Antonio and the creators of VZillion, and it's I call it a social network, but it surpasses being a social network. You're taking something that's similar to like a Facebook, and you're going to be able to go into apartments that are created for celebrities, sports celebrities, athletes, musicians, and it's going to be so interactive. You can go on, obviously I still have to design my apartment, but I mean, you walk in, there's a living room, kitchen, you can go on, there's going to be TVs on walls, you can actually go on and watch videos that I may do, that are shot from, something I do at the racetrack, something I do at the flip phone, favorite music, you can really get intertwined with an artist or someone that you want to follow. And it's, you know, like I said, it's going to be huge. And, you know, hopefully it's not ahead of its time, because it's going to be, you know, so interactive for something that's based for the computer. So, you know, I'm still learning every day about the way some of the things are going to be presented in the apartments. But I mean, it's such a cool concept. They have the corporations behind them to really make it a huge new way to get on a computer and interact with people and sports celebrities, like I said. So it's going to be cool. It's very, very cool. And they're working on, you know, obviously getting all of their clientele signed up. You know, they've already got so many major musicians and bands and people like that. So, I mean, it's going to be really huge when they launch. They're actually working on moving the launch forward. Original plan was to start the end of summer, and now it's looking to where it might be the next month and a half.
That's great.
And you know, obviously the other thing is it's worldwide. So, you know, I know just in the release that they sent out yesterday, they sent out yesterday about 10 a.m. and by, you know, 10 p.m. last night, it had already gone through close to 8,000 different worldwide types of media picked it up.
That's very impressive. Now, will this all be? It'll all be like a virtual room.
It'll be a virtual room, but it's designed based on however the person who owns the apartment designs it. So, I mean, I could design it where it's, you know, at a lake. It could have green or pink shag carpet. I mean, it could be very retro. It can be, you know, very modern. I mean, it's basically however I decide that I want to set it up. So it's, you know, I have to call on my designer, whoever Kristen is, to help me get it to where it's presentable.
Don't forget about the toilet and the bidet.
Yeah, the toilet and the bidet. Absolutely.
Because the design behind you weekly is, we got it going on.
Well, it's not as cool as Karen's background, obviously.
Yeah, no kidding. Hello. Is that the Home Depot suit for Mexico?
Yeah, it is the Mexico Home Depot uniform, and I actually felt bad because we were redoing one of the rooms in our house, and I was giving Karen one of the frames that the uniform was in. So when she came over to pick it up last night, I was like, you know, here, just take it. You know, here's the frame, and she saw the uniform, and I could see her eyes get really big, and it's like, well, wait a second. You get the uniform, you get the frame. I left the uniform, and she can see how it's pinned in there, and she's like, okay. So
possession
she,
is like 9/10 of the law.
Frame, she's not keeping my Home Depot uniform.
It's I still think that was probably one of the coolest things for me, you know, as a fan, was, and I can't remember if it was 04 or 05 in Mexico when you ran the 18 Home Depot in Mexico. That was the coolest looking car.
It would have been 04, because 05 would have been bigger.
Okay. So, I mean, it was cool. It was a great race.
No, it was a cool looking car, absolutely.
Yeah, so.
It was different seeing a Home Depot number 18, that's for sure.
Yes, yeah, it is. What's coming up? What's going on with the All-Star race? Are you going to run, you know, you still planning to run the Daytona, Michigan, Watkins Glen, Sonoma, Fall Talladega, anything else going on? Are we hoping that the 81 can create some revenue to do a little bit of more full-time racing?
Well, I mean, obviously that's the plan, but, you know, I mean, it's like playing Russian roulette in a way. And obviously now the 81 going, if it makes a race, it's gonna make twice the money for the team. Now, right. When it goes and misses a race, now the race weekend becomes a wash, because the money that the 46 has made is now paying for what the 46 is losing. So, I mean, it's not a guarantee. You know, obviously, in a perfect world, anyone goes and makes all the races, then there's a better opportunity to go race more. And there's been a ton of things come up here in the past, let's say a week, about some possible sponsorship opportunities that could drastically change the outcome of the rest of the year. So the typical thing, sitting around with my fingers crossed, hoping that at least one of them comes through with the potential that they all say they have. I'm guessing that the plan is still to run the Coke 600. We've been up in the air about running the All-Star race.
Yeah.
Just for the sheer fact of they've changed the purse a little bit from the way it was last year. I think it pays about $10,000 less to start. So now by going and doing the All-Star race, and you not obviously getting the fan vote or qualifying for the race by finishing first or second, it's pretty much a break-even opportunity. Where last year you would make a little bit of money. Obviously not enough that it was worthwhile, but it's still a good race practice. We don't spend a whole lot of time race trim practicing at the racetrack. Everything we do is qualifying trim. So we can learn some things about the race car and use it more as a test session that we're going to break even on versus sitting out. So we've been back and forth on if we were to go or not. I think we've definitely decided that we will participate in the All-Star race with the 46 car.
That's good to hear. Any dirt track appearances coming up? There you go again. You got to get something for that.
I did do it. My phone or my computer keeps. I know there's a storm coming out. My computer's telling me to go ahead for cover, but
it's got gas.
Right now, yeah. Well, right now there's nothing, really on the slate for the dirt side. I am trying to get something worked out. Maybe to run a truck next week at Charlotte during the All-Star weekend. The Sontags, the Tagsby Racing, the 73 truck team. They ran the start of the season, I think, with Rick Crawford and missed 3 or 4 races that they tried to make with the team. So they're in the process of trying to purchase a new truck, either from Kevin Harvick Inc. They're working on trying to go buy a very nice truck, get a good engine. I've talked to Tony Furr and a crew chief in the truck. I know he had a lot of success back in the day with Jack Sprague and the Weiler team, and see if we can't get something put together to go around Charlotte next week. So, that's something that, we're working on pretty hard. Obviously, we're running into a time crunch because we're less than, basically a week out from getting there. But we'll see what happens. There's like I said, there's a lot of things on the plate that have the ability to turn into good opportunities. It's just wait and see and hope for the best.
Okay. Yeah.
One thing that I was really disappointed, we ate at Fuddruckers after the T-ball game tonight, and there was, I think there was 5 women that were all in their mid-70s that had basketball uniforms on. So I asked one of the ladies when we were at the condiment bar, if she played basketball, and she's a part of a 3-person senior basketball league and the championship. So I had my picture taken with my phone with the team, Faith, and all of the mid-70s championship basketball women. And my phone was so dead, it wasn't shut off, but the camera wouldn't function. So I was really disappointed that I didn't, tweet it, and unfortunately I didn't have enough juice in my silly phone to send that out into the world. But it was a lot of fun, and I think they really enjoyed someone wanting to get their picture taken with them. But it was a real cool thing, and they're like, oh, let's see the picture, and I couldn't get my phone to fire because it actually shut down just after Kristen tried to take the picture. So it was pretty disappointing, but they were happy that because they had their medals on, so you could tell that they had won something. And I guess they've won for the last 3 years in a row. They won the 72 to 74-year-old 3-woman basketball team.
That's cool. That is very cool. I'd like to. I want to unveil, because these just arrived today. This is our 2011 team gear that I designed. that I'll be riding in Toronto.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's cool because I like the black on the side because it's slimming.
Yes.
Did you design like that on purpose?
No, I'm already slim.
That was funny. That was the best joke of the night.
So that's it. That's the tops. The important thing is that 2 years ago we lost one of our teammates in a cycling accident, and both of his sons, Dave and Joe, ride with us now, and remembering what their father had started. So it was it's quite cool to remember Danny this way. So great guy, and surely missed by everybody.
Very cool.
So, when are playoffs for Faith? Because she's having an amazing T-ball career, so give us some info.
Actually, we just added some practices. I think we added 2 games. We've got a lot of rain that's supposed to come into Charlotte here for the next week, basically. So I think they've had 2 practices and a game. I know Kristen is really disappointed because they're going to do a T-ball all-star team that you have to, obviously you have to go and audition for. And they needed a coach, so Kristen was going to volunteer. But it's about a month long, and it would go and tour against other teams in Charlotte. But it's while we're on vacation, or while she's got a vacation plan to be at the beach after Faith gets out of school. So a lot of disappointment there that she's not going to get the opportunity to at least go out and attempt to do it. So we'll keep practicing here at the house. She used to be the best batter on the team. Now we got 3 or 4 other girls that practice a lot that are really excited about it. So Faith's going to have to pick up the pace to be batter numero uno.
It's important.
It's all
because if you're not finishing.
I told Kristen from now on, when they start making bad plays, they need to run laps. Just mid-game, I can't believe you missed that ball. Go run a lap. And put someone else in their position, or shove them off in left field until they figure out what they did wrong.
Well, I'm sure that the kids are having a blast, and it sounds like you guys are having just as much fun as the kids are. So,
well, I know I do. All the girls, they like playing with me because, I know most of the time I'm goofing off just like they are. So we make it that much harder for Coach Kristen.
When she's trying to be serious.
Yeah, she's trying to be serious, and we're not 100% serious. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, we got more outs than the other team, so we still won. She's looking for perfection. Thank you all for allowing me to be a part of this week's LOL show.
Laugh out loud. Look, who's laughing?
Dave Wiegler and JJ Yaley.
See you, Karen.
Bye, Karen.
Bye.
Good night, guys.
See you later.
Well, your man's been in jail before. And all them up and catch you run with. Get done with. Dumb quick. How the fuck you gonna approach a dog or some buck?